Surprise! I did not advertise this live because I did not want students to be watching live and doing tuition this late in the evening, the day before the exam. Now, if you are a student and you're watching this, you can watch for a while. But you know what? I think you should go to sleep by latest 9:15. That's why this live will end at 9:15 p.m. Okay? Now, students, do you notice that when you are waiting outside the exam hall for the exam to begin, what are the AL1 students doing? Right? What are they doing? Are they flipping through their textbook? At most, they have a cheat sheet. One page cheat sheet. Maybe some of the most important concepts. I don't want to say formula. Because if you try to memorize formula to do math, of course you need to memorize some basic formulas. Half times base times height, average equals to the total divided by the number of items, and you need to memorize what is average equals to the total average speed is the total distance divided by total time. Yes, some formulas need to be memorized, but not much. Okay, I don't think students should be forced to memorize a whole bunch of formulas. Unlike in sciences, right? Biology is the most intense in memorization. Chemistry as well, second most intense. Physics is full of concepts. So math is very similar to physics, and I was an engineer. I went to NUS engineering, so so that's why I'm in math right now, because physics and math are so similar to each other. I don't think that students should be memorizing a lot of formula to do well in math. In fact, I feel that math should be intuitive, right? It should come from the observation of patterns, come from logical reasoning and visualization, right? So that's why when I teach math, I do it from more of a math Olympiad type of approach, because the Olympian students, they really use a lot of their intuition, and the strategies that they apply are very effective. So that's why I say I don't think students the night before the exam should be having tuition or should be drilling, past year papers. Now, it's fine if you want to do a few questions, right? But just calm down, because in a moment I'm going to show you the AL1 strategies, the AL1 math formula, AL1 exam formula. What does that mean? That is how AL1 students behave during the exam. What are the best practices? What are their habits? What should you be thinking? What is your mindset? If you are in the correct mindset, students, don't worry, okay? You will automatically do well. Think about it. You've been preparing for PSLE, I don't know since when. Okay, maybe you started seriously preparing in June, right? Or maybe after your prelims, when your results came out. Now that's at least after prelims, you still have a few weeks, right? But today is the night before. How much do you think you can cram into your head? Not much. So let me tell you something, students. The brain rewards. How do you feel motivated? How do you feel confident? The brain rewards past experiences that has already been completed. The brain rewards progress. So you should appreciate the knowledge that you already learned. Appreciate the knowledge that you have already learned. Tell yourself that, hey, look, yes, during my prelim I didn't do so well, right? Since then, I've learned such and such things. I learned this strategy, I practiced these papers. So I've progressed. And then you feel fulfilled. You don't feel anxious before the exam. Being anxious is the number one way to make a lot of careless mistakes. Panic, and you might do even worse. So it's not worth it, students. Right now, you just need to focus on the best practices that you need right before the exam. Okay? Wow, hello everyone. Hi everybody. I can see you in the live. Now, you know something? What if you got no time? Okay, sorry I haven't been reading the chat because I've been talking directly into the camera. But as you can see, right, from my banner here, today I'm going to share exam techniques for PSLE Math and parent-student sharing and Q&A. So every time I share an exam tip, feel free to join in, feel free to discuss, right? Maybe you have your own exam tip that you want to share. Or maybe if you're a parent, you are not sure what advice to give to your child for tomorrow's math exam. Maybe you're sending your child to school on the way to your work, right? And you're with your child traveling to school. You want to know whether a certain tip that you have is good to share with your child, feel free and we will discuss. We have a total of 50 over people here, right? I'm sure our collective knowledge will help each other. So let's take a look at the very first tip. The very first AL1 mindset we should have is exactly what I was mentioning just now. Slow down. Slow down. Look. You have two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 they consist of booklet A and booklet B. It is a total of 60 minutes. Total of 60 minutes, right? And the general rule of thumb in an exam is 1 mark, 1 minute. Guess how many marks paper 1 consists of? You'll be happy to know paper 1 consists of 45 marks, which means that it is technically possible for you to finish it within 45 minutes and still have 15 minutes left over. And if you are a weak student, I'm sorry to say this, but even better, because you will not know how to do some questions, right? So then you'll finish earlier. Okay, it's just a joke, alright? But I don't want you to leave any answers blank. That will be another tip later on. But you look at paper 1, you have 45 marks. That means technically you can finish it in 45 minutes. I don't want you to be rushing. And this is linked to another exam strategy that we are going to talk about later. Okay, which is okay. Let's move on. Okay, slow down is obviously something that I no need to mention. If you rush, you make careless mistakes. This is something very obvious. Everybody should know. Okay, I don't think there's much to be argued about this point. What happens if you don't know how to do question and 4 marks? It's like 4 marks. What to do later? Yes, I'll touch on that. So last sentence is the key. Students, when you slow down, why should you slow down? You read the question properly, right? If you don't even read the question properly, no matter how good you are at math, you just give the wrong answer. Okay? Now, that's not to say that if you give the wrong answer, you get 0 marks. If it is MCQ, yes, you'll get 0 marks. But, and later I'll share something about MCQ. What happens to AL1 student when it comes to MCQ. But if let's say you give the wrong answer and it is in section C, you show you're working, no problem, you still get marks. But it's such a waste, right? Just because you didn't read the last sentence. Usually the question is in the last sentence, right? How many apples does Jenny have? There. Or they say, what fraction of the triangle is the circle? Or give me the ratio of the area of the rectangle to the area of the shape. You see, this is one. Recently I taught my class, right? The question was asking, give the area of the ratio of the shaded part to the, then everybody is thinking, to the unshaded part. Yes, I know, it's very common, unshaded part. But this question asks, shaded part to the total area. Oh my gosh. Then my smart students, they think they're very smart. They are strong, they are smart. But they didn't read. They gave me the wrong answer, you know. They gave me shaded to unshaded. But the question says shaded to the total. So it's small things like that that will jeopardize your AL1. Okay? So just be careful. Slow down. Read the last sentence. What is the question asking you? Okay, now, we were talking about what happens to AL. Just now I mentioned what happened to AL1 student in MCQ. You see, a lot of students have the misconception that MCQ is easy. No, it is not. It can be very I won't say challenging. It can be tricky. Where does the trick lie in the MCQ? The trick lies in the choices. A, B, C, D. The choices. The examiner knows. They know what kind of working you will go through when you do your MCQ, right? When you're trying to solve this problem. Maybe you do like 5 plus 3 is 8. Then the correct answer is 8 times 2 is 16 or something like that, right? But you only did the first step. 5 plus 3, 8. Then you know what the examiner will do? They purposely put one of the option 8, you know. So then you see, oh yes, I have the answer 8. The multiple choice answer is also 8. I'm correct. Oh, I'm sorry. Examiner, you fell for examiner's trap. So, once again, read the last sentence. The last sentence is the key. And you know, a lot of teachers say, oh, underline the keyword, keyword, underline this and underline that. Well, what I say is this. If you want, you can underline the data. Underline the clues. I will say underline the clues. I mean, this is not science. This is not science. We are not going to memorize keywords. There's no such thing, alright? Just underline the clue, important data that they gave you. Okay, maybe you're looking at a triangle and they say that the ratio of this length to another length is 2:3. Okay, highlight that. Yeah, it's fine. But you don't need to highlight everything. Okay, don't waste time. Most importantly, read the last sentence. It is the key. How do you know which is method mark? Oh, you don't need to guess. Now, you see, examiners, they need to go through training before they mark. Right? Okay, who is asking this? Thai Chris. Hey, yes, Chris. You see, examiners need to go through training before they can mark. And even after they go through training, they are already an examiner. They still need to follow the marking scheme to mark. You don't need to bother about what is their marking scheme. Just show your workings, every step of your working, step by step, logically. Just pretend that you're a teacher. Like me, I'm a teacher. When I explain to my student, I will assume that my student don't know anything. You assume that the examiner don't know anything. You are trying to explain to the examiner as if you're trying to teach your friend. As long as you do that, you no need to worry about, is this my method mark or whatever. Don't worry too much. You won't have time to worry in the exam. Follow it step by step, logic. Can you use your logic, okay? Teacher, can you come with me to the exam? Of course! You know where I'll be? I'll be in your heart. Alright, anyone have any question? Next, I cannot visualize properly. Okay. You know, visualization is something that you cannot drill. I mean, you can drill through a lot of exposure. You can develop visualization skills when you observe many different diagrams and many ways of dissecting the diagram. And when you have shaded parts, I always like to tell students, cut and paste. When you see a funny shape that you don't recognize, you cut it into a shape that you recognize. Then you can even shift them around and you make a shape that is easier for you. Simplify the diagram. So yes, visualization takes time to develop. Okay, what I'm trying to say is it cannot be taught. There's no formula that I can teach you in order to visualize. So right now, if you tell me you are weak in visualization, then it is too late because it's the night before the exam. Just be happy with what you have already learned. Let me repeat myself what I said at the start of this live. I said, students, the brain rewards progress. You want to feel confident, you want to feel motivated, right? You be content with all the effort that you have already put in up to this point. There's no point drilling right now, having tuition right now, the night before the exam. You only make yourself more stressed out. And how much, even if you drill 100 questions right now, how much can you retain? Math is not memorizing, you know. Math is a skill. Okay, let's see if you have any question. Any tips for speed? You need to differentiate. Of course, DST triangle, everybody should know. And of course, you need to differentiate average speed and the typical speed. Okay, no, sorry. You should differentiate between average and average speed. When they ask for average speed, you need to take the total distance that you have traveled divided by the total time taken. That's the best tip, because a lot of people just find the average and then they get it wrong. They forgot to take total distance divided by total time. Okay, any strategy, is it? Don't memorize formulas. Yes, don't memorize formulas. If you need 20 marks. Okay, of course I conducted the PSLE MathTok live session on Tuesday evening. That would have helped you to get maybe 10 plus marks in 2 hours. And if you have attended both of the sessions, intermediate and advanced, you could have gotten more than 10 marks. Right now it's before the night before the exam. Too bad I'm not a magician, so I have no strategy right now in just a short time to get 20 marks. Okay, but if you follow all this AL1 strategy, slow down. The last sentence is the key. Always always make sure you know what the question is asking. Okay, I have more tips. So after you listen through this live, you will be maximizing your marks. I will not promise you that you'll get like 10 extra marks or whatever. No. This, whatever marks you'll get, right, is already based on what knowledge you have right now. But what I'm trying to do tonight is, I'm not trying to give you new knowledge. It's too late for that. I'm trying to tell you how you should manage yourself, how you should conduct yourself during the exam, so that you're calm, you're steady, right? And whatever knowledge that you have, your mind will not go blank and suddenly, oh, I'm panicking, my mind go blank, I forgot. No. Okay, so you stay calm, follow these strategies. In fact, I already posted the latest video on Facebook. No, on TikTok, my TikTok account. The latest video is something that is a 1-minute video that contains all these strategies, all these exam strategies. There's altogether 11 of it, 11 points that I'm going to go through in this live. And that video contains all the 11 points that you can just watch on the way to your exam hall. Remind yourself, okay, this is the mindset that I should have in order to get whatever marks, maximize my marks. Okay, so label your next. What did I say? Okay, last sentence is a key. Next, we are going to say that label your steps. I know it is a bad habit, right? I see so many students when they do their workings, they don't label, They just write 4 times 2, 5 times 6, 7 minus 3 or whatever. They don't label what are they trying to find. So when you take 5 times 2, what are you trying to find? Right? If you're trying to find the number of apples, you write number of apples equals to 5 times 2. Then you know what you're finding. Then you want to find number of oranges, you say number of oranges is 7 times 4, 28. So that when you go back and you read your working, at least you know what you're doing. Not only are you helping your examiner to understand what you're doing, you're also helping yourself, so that you know what you're trying to find and where you're headed when you're doing your working. It's not just a bunch of numbers hanging around. Okay? So label your steps. How many of you actually label your steps? Huh? If you actually label your steps, let me know in the chat. Okay? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So next, let's talk about do it once and do it well. This is a very important point that I like to bring up. A lot of times people think that, okay, let me just rush through my paper and I will come back to check the second time when I've completed all the questions. Sure, you can do that, but you think about it. Let's talk about paper 1, for example. You have 45 marks and you are given 1 hour. The general rule of thumb is 1 mark, 1 minute. So if you have 45 marks, that means you should be able to complete the paper in 45 minutes, right? So let's say you are a strong student, you completed it in 40 minutes. Okay, let's say you completed in 40 minutes. You're very fast, very strong. 40 minutes, you're done. You have 20 minutes left to check your work. But then let me ask you this logical question, okay? How long did you take to do all the 30 questions? You took 40 minutes. Now you have 20 minutes and you tell me that you're going back to check 30 questions? You take 20 minutes, you divide by 30. How many seconds do you have to check every question? Less than 1 minute. Does that make sense to you? That's why my number 1 tip, I go back to my number 1 tip again. Slow down. Don't rush. Do it once and do it well. Now you understand what is do it once and do it well. So what do my AL1 students do? They sit down, they look at the question, they read it properly, they read the last sentence, because the last sentence is what the question wants. Then they look for the clues, maybe they highlight some clues, they underline some clues. Then they do it once while labeling their steps. They label what they are trying to find, right? And they do it well. They don't tell themselves that, never mind, I'll just rush through this, later I come back and check. Even if you come back and check, you're rushing through, you're rushing to check. You won't even check well, you won't even check properly. So just do it once, do it well. Just nice, time is up. Maybe you have 5 minutes left, it's fine. Because later on, I'll have another tip which you can use that 5 minutes for. Okay? So do it once and do it well. How many of you agree? Do you all actually do it once and do it well? Or do you believe that you should do everything and then come back and check everything again? Anyone have a different approach? So far, right, I've shared about 4 tips. How about you guys? Anyone in the live, out of 50 of you, anyone here have a good tip that I did not mention that you want to share? Maybe it happens because I still have another 7 more tips to share, right? So maybe you have something to share which is going to be the same as mine. Yes, do it once and do it well. Correct. Wow, your name so nice. Your font is so nice. Meda, is that your name? MED. Wow, how do you get that font? I'm quite new on TikTok. Okay, so I'm already showing my age by asking that question. Time your questions when you do. Yes, BG, that agrees with the general rule of, which is my next point. I think you can read my mind. My next point is 1 mark, 1 minute. So let's say you're in section C and the section, let's say the question is a 3-mark question. So what do you know? What do? You tell yourself that, okay, you approximately have about 3 minutes to solve this question. So that's how you time yourself. You may take a little bit more than 3 minutes. It's fine, it's fine. You know why? Because, tell me, what is the total? Anyone know what is the total number of marks in paper 2? Can you type in the chat? By now you should know your PSLE format. Students, can you share with me? Yes, 55 marks. And students, now that you know that it's 55 marks, can you tell me how many minutes did they give you to solve paper 2? How many minutes? You can type it in the chat. Correct. Hey, I ask you, you see. Come on, guys, come on. Even right now, you're giving me wrong answers. I ask you how many minutes, right? 90 minutes. So when I ask you to give me an answer in minutes, you give me an answer in minutes. Okay? So just be careful. I'm glad you made this mistake right now with me on live. I'm not going to deduct any marks from you. But just be careful. When people ask you something, you ask yourself, okay, what is this guy asking me? So what's the question asking me? I want to answer in minutes. Speaking of what's the question asking you, later I'll be touching on decimals. Because sometimes they say, leave your answer in 1 decimal place, right? Later I'll be touching on that, okay? So yes, you have 55 marks. You have 90 minutes to earn 55 marks. But by the general rule of thumb, I said 1 mark, 1 minute. So if it's 1 mark, 1 minute, and there's 55 marks, that means you should take 55 minutes. Or maybe, let's just assume, okay lah, you take 60 minutes. Okay, let's say you take 60 minutes. You still have half an hour left. Even if you take 60 minutes, you still have half an hour left. So, instead of rushing through and being very strict, instead of being very strict with 1 mark, 1 minute, don't be too strict with yourself. If there's a 3-mark question, maybe some of them are easier. And maybe you solve it in 2 minutes. But maybe the ones that are a little bit more tricky, or maybe you're not so strong in that topic, then maybe you take a little bit more time. It's fine. Okay? So don't be too hard on yourself. This is just a guide. It's just a guide. Now, why is this guide an important guide? Why should you know how much time per question? That's because I need you to know when to give up. If you already know that you're stuck and you just are very stubborn, you keep on staying there, I'm telling you, you're leaving a lot of marks on the table. You're going to lose a lot of marks for the future questions that you haven't even looked at yet. So let's say it's a 3-mark question, you're stuck, right? You've already spent 2 minutes on it, thinking about it, haven't even started doing your working, right? And it's almost 3 minutes, you're still stuck. Come on, move on. Move on. Don't waste time. Yeah? Okay, so 1 mark, 1 minute, that's the general rule of thumb. Right? Skip, you can circle the question, and when you have 15 minutes left at the end of the paper, come back and try it again. But at least make sure you already answered all the other questions. And if it is paper 1, make sure you shaded your multiple choice. Shade your OAS. Okay, don't... okay, some of you... Okay, how many of you... Can I ask? There are some of you... There are 2 types of students. The first type are the ones who will just write all your answer on your question paper. Then in the last 5 minutes, you will shade the OAS. Okay, that's type A. Type A, or let's call it type X. Type X, you write all your working and circle all your answer on your question paper. Then at the last 5 minutes, you shade the OAS. Then type Y. Okay, type Y is the students who immediately just shade the answer in the OAS immediately. So can you tell me in the chat, how many of you are type X or type Y? Can you just type X or Y? Type Y, BG. Okay, Set Monkey is also type Y. IDK is type X. Interesting, Interesting. Now, is there a right and wrong? Is there a right and wrong type? No, there's no right and wrong type. There's advantage and disadvantage. The advantage for type X, okay, type X are those who shade the OAS at the last minute. What is the advantage? Shading takes very fast, right? You have 5 minutes, I'm sure you can shade it in. What is the advantage? The advantage is that if you leave it to the last minute to shade, then if let's say you want to change your answer, let's say later you came back, you check, you realize that one of the answers is wrong, you don't need to erase. Because you know, a lot of times when you shade it and then you erase it, it's difficult to erase, to be honest. You need to spend a lot of time and you need to use a lot of strength to rub it off very hard, right? So that's an advantage. You're flexible. You're leaving yourself open, giving yourself flexibility so that you can change any answer anytime you like. That's the advantage of type X. Now, if you're type Y, what is the advantage? You don't need to worry, because you don't need to rush at the last minute to shade everything. Sometimes, what if type X, they forgot that it is the last minute. They forgot that they only have 5 minutes left. They are still busy looking and thinking about the question. And then suddenly the examiner say, pens down. Oh my God. So type Y, you guys are safer. You are safe. Because at least you already shaded. But it's not so flexible because you, if you want to change your answer, you need to rub it off very hard. And then you need to reshape again. Guess what type I am? Who is same as me, type Z? Can you type in the chat, type Z? What is type Z? I actually do both. I'm half of type X and half of type Y. Why? What do I do? Because if I'm very sure of this answer, I'll straight away shade it. If I'm not sure of the answer, I'll circle it first. I will not shade the OAS. Then I will skip. And then if I'm sure about the next one, then I shade. That is a hybrid between X and Y. That's in between, right? So I'm type Z. How many of you are type Z? Anyone? Sure, if I DM you a question, can help me. Until now, I don't understand it. Oh, okay. How am I gonna? Oh yeah. Anyway, I'm live now, so if I touch my phone, then it's gonna be gone. Your XYZ. Okay, so this is the point on 1 mark 1 minute. Okay, now never leave blanks. I think it is needless to say, right? Don't leave blank. Don't know, so just guess, right? Even if it is a section C, problem sum, you're doing your workings, you realize, oh no, I'm stuck, I don't know how to do it. Then how? You're stuck, you don't know how to do it. Are you going to erase all your workings? That is the biggest mistake. Unless you know what to write, okay, let's say you already know the correct working, you erase away the wrong working, that's fine. But if you're totally stuck, you don't know what to write, then you decided, never mind, let me just erase my working. That is a very bad move. It's a bad move. You could have had some method marks in your workings, why are you erasing it? So what if you don't know how to solve it? Leave your workings there, and then leave the final answer as your best answer, your best guess. Worst come to worst, you don't know, you write 6, 7, right, students? But don't leave it blank. Oh, your friend always has that problem, is it? Oh no, then you better tell your friend to correct the behavior, the habit, the bad habit. So, this never leave blanks. Even if it is a guess, give your best guess. Don't erase away your workings. Hello! So many of you joining in. Okay, now students, why am I conducting this live? Because I do not believe that you should be having tuition right at the night before the exam. You should not be drilling, you should not be having tuition. Instead, okay, if you want to do some light reading or light practice, it's fine. A few questions is fine. But don't be drilling, don't be stressing yourself out and reading your textbook, memorizing formula. No. Maths is not about memorizing. So today, I would like everybody to take note of these AL1 exam strategies so that you have the correct mindset when you go into the exam hall tomorrow, right? You'll not be panicked, you'll be calm, you know what to do, you're in control, and you feel confident. That's the most important thing. The brain rewards progress. Be happy with what you already know in your head. Tell yourself you've already come this far. Then you'll be more confident and you'll not make any careless mistakes during the exam. If you panic, your mind go blank, I tell you, you're going to lose a lot of marks. So, the night before the exam is not the time to be studying last minute. Okay? If you notice, what are the AL1 students doing while waiting outside the exam hall? While waiting for the exam to start, what are they doing? Are their heads buried in the book? Are they buried in their textbook? No! I even remember last time, because when I was back in SJI, right? I was from SJI. We were taking our O-levels, and I'm usually one of the top in class, like top 1 or top 2. So me and another guy, we keep on fighting for top position, okay? So me and him, before exam, you know what we will be doing or not? We will just be reading storybook. Yes, storybook, not even textbook, not even like formula or whatever. No, 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 just relax. Because you already prepared. Whatever knowledge you already have, just be happy that you got this far. Okay? This is how your human brain works. It rewards progress. Appreciate how much progress you've already made. Go in the exam, give it your best, that's it. Anyway, PSLE, right? It's not the end of the world, right? After this, you're going to secondary school. So, students, please try to calm down. Now, let's talk about the next point. By the way, I've already shared 6 points so far. Any one of you, there are 50 of you here, anyone have any good tips? Foundation math have tuition? Have, of course. I mean, foundation math, yes, definitely. Read notes, maybe. Yeah, read notes. What is a retained mark? I'm scared. Oh, you are scared of failing your math, is it? Then you get retained, is it? Well, if you get more than 20, you will get retained. So, how do you do for English today? Yeah, I tell you what, don't be scared. You know why? It's over already. Let me ask you something. What will a wise person do? Do you think a wise person will worry about the weather? Do you think a wise person will worry if they can win a lucky draw? Do you think a wise person will worry if an accident is going to happen tomorrow? No, they can't. They do not worry about these things. Why? Because all these things I've just mentioned, right, are things that you cannot control. What is the point of worrying about things that you cannot control? If something is already in the past, you cannot change it. You're not a wizard, or you're not Doctor Strange. Wait, am I correct to say that Doctor Strange can travel back in time? I don't know. I watched the movie, but I'm not so knowledgeable about the superpowers, okay? But you're not a wizard, right? You can't control the weather, you can't control whether there's an accident on the way to the exam, or you can't control the weather, you can't control what happened in the past. So, if you continue worrying about things that you cannot control, then I'm sorry, you're not going to maximize your marks. Because in order to maximize your marks, you need to focus 100% on the thing that's going to happen tomorrow or right now when you're in the exam hall. Focus on what's right now. Okay? So please don't worry about, oh, I'm going to fail or not. Just try your best. Just try your best. That's the best you can do. Try to be like the wise man and don't worry about things that you cannot control. So what can you control? You can control whether or not you follow the tips in this life. So what is my next tip? Take breaks. Students, especially if you're feeling nervous, or maybe you're just there's a very difficult question and there's a lot of steps and you felt tired. What do? Take break. It's okay, take break. Just put down your pen. Come, let's try it together, okay? This is called box breathing. I'm just going to do it once. So pay attention. Let's do it together. First, you put down your pen. Then you just rest your hands on the table. Then you sit straight, close your eyes, and together we are going to, when I say breathe in, we are going to breathe in for 4 seconds. 4 seconds. That means 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? Breathe in for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4 seconds again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is one cycle of box breathing. What does box breathing do? AL1 students, okay, high performing students, they use this technique not only in the exam, They use this technique whenever they're feeling stressed, whenever they are studying, whenever they are feeling too tired from doing homework. They just close their eyes. Okay, let's do it together one more time. We're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, and hold your breath for another 4 seconds. So that's one cycle. Okay, let's do it one more time. Breathe in. 4 seconds. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is box breathing. Students, how long did it take? 4 times 4, 16 seconds, if you want to be exact. At most, if you do it 3 cycles, you take less than 1 minute. Trust me. If you're nervous, your hand is very sweaty, sweaty palm, whatever, you feel that your brain is blank, any problem that you face in the exam, you put down your pen, you do your box breathing, repeat 3 times. Repeat 3 times. Understand? Then you'll be refreshed. Or at the most, if you do your box breathing, you wake up, then you say, hey, I still don't know how to do. It's okay, skip. Because that's one of my tips. Remember? If you don't know, where is it? Where is it? This one, right? If you don't know, you skip. Okay? Now, take a break. Sometimes you need a break. Whether it's paper 1 or paper 2, sometimes you need a break. Now, let's talk about more technical things. More mathematically technical stuff. Simplify before you multiply. Hey, this sentence is rhyming, right? It's rhyming. Simplify before you multiply. We can turn it into a rap, okay? But the thing is that I keep on repeating this to my students, and still some of them up to today, if they have a fraction like 2 over 4 times 16 over 20, then they straight away multiply, no? They straight away multiply. They never simplify first. Students, you simplify first. Make the number smaller. Once you make the number smaller, then you multiply. Don't you think it's easier to manage? And in an exam under pressure, don't you think that managing a small number will be less likely that you make careless mistakes? So, once again, I repeat myself, it's rhyming. You should be able to remember this, okay? Simplify before you multiply, okay? Alright. Anyone have any other tips that you want to share? Or any questions? I'm reading the chat. I cannot get AL6 for math. I got boarding school. Oh, interesting. Okay, teacher doing mindful breathing. Oh, it's called box breathing. You know why or not? Because 4. Everything is 4, like 4 sides of a rectangle or 4 sides of a square. So they call it box breathing. There's this thing called box dancing also, where people take steps like as if they're in a box. 4 and 4 and 4. Okay, so next tip. Answer in simplest form, no matter what. You don't need the question to tell you. You just do it naturally. It's as long as your answer is a fraction, as long as your answer is a ratio, you must simplify your answer. That is needless to say. If not, you straight away lose 1 mark. Okay? So, students, let's revise. Simplify before you multiply. Right? So that your answers the number that you deal with will be smaller numbers. You don't want to be dealing with big numbers, because you are gonna be prone to you'll be more prone to careless mistakes if you deal with big numbers. Can you imagine if I did not simplify this? Then I straight away take 16 times 30. 16 times 13. Wow, then my answer would be so big, right or not? And not only that, let's say you manage to take 16 times 30, your numerator is going to be so big. Then you go and take 25 times 64, even worse. Then you still need to, what did I say? Give your answer in simplest form. Don't you think you're wasting time? You multiply already, then you still need to divide into the simplest form. That's why I say, please save time. Simplify before you multiply. Then you will be getting your answer in the simplest form automatically. Aren't you saving a lot of work? And aren't you just going to avoid a lot of careless mistakes? Okay? What if I got no time and it's the last question? I'm helping you save time. No matter what, if you simplify it before you multiply, you are already going to save time. So don't rush. By the way, there should not be a situation that you have no time. Why? Because of this rule. I already shared this rule with you, right? If you follow my rule, if you follow this rule, will you run out of time or not? No. If it is a 3-mark question, you should not be taking more than 3 minutes to solve it. However, it is okay to take more than 3 minutes lah. But be reasonable, okay? Don't take like 6 minutes. That's already double the time. 3-mark question is approximately 3 minutes to solve. Sometimes you take 2 minutes because it's very easy. Maybe sometimes you take 4 minutes because it's a little bit more difficult. But it should be approximately around 3 minutes. If you realize that you keep staring at the question, you don't know what to do, what should you do? Skip. If you follow this rule, you will not run out of time. Don't give me the excuse that I have no time. Okay? Follow this rule. So, just now I was saying, simplify before you multiply. Answer in the simplest form. Next. The rule of rounding decimals. Now, students, sometimes geometry question, they like to ask you, what is the angle? Maybe the angle has 1 decimal place, right? Or maybe what's the area of this circle? Area of a circle. Then you have 3.14 pi. Then you end up with decimals for sure. So students, If the question is asking for 1 decimal place, can your working be in 1 decimal place? No! Your working cannot be in 1 decimal place. Your working must be in 2 decimal places. Yes? Okay? So if the question asks for 1 decimal place, your working must be 2 decimal places. Then students, what if I ask you for 2 decimal place answer, then your working must be how many decimal place? Can you type in the chat? How many decimal place must your working be if the question wants 2 decimal place answer? Correct! By me, bold up. You got it. Ethan, XXHHBG. Correct. Very good. Oh, your paper 1 is not good, is it? Later, let me talk about that. Okay, MCQ. Because I already talked about it just now. Don't know whether you heard it or not. So yes, if the question wants 2 decimal place answer, your working must be 3 decimal place. You must always do your working in 1 extra decimal place. Now, let's take a calculator. Okay, let's open up a calculator. I want to show you an example. Where's my calculator? See, there it is. Now, students, look. Okay, let's say my answer is 76.666667. Can you type in the chat if you are doing your work? Okay, let's say the question say I want the answer in 1 decimal place. Then in your working you got 76.66666666. So in your working you're supposed to give 2 decimal places, right? Can I just test you? Right? What will you write down? If your calculator shows 76.6666, what will you write in your working? Is it 76.66 or 76.67? You see lah, you see? I knew it. Students, if you are still doing your working, you should not be writing 67. Okay? Don't round down yet. Don't round up yet, or don't round down yet. When you're doing working, just copy. Direct from calculator. If the calculator says 66, you just copy 66. Only 2 decimal place. You copy the 66. Later on, when you round it down and you give your final answer, then you write it as 67. Then you round it. So when you're doing working, don't do any rounding. But when you are giving your final answer, then you round it. Okay, students? Okay? 67. Yes, 67, Hans. Very sensitive number, right? Especially with your generation. Is this pre-recorded? What? You mean this? Me talking pre-recorded? No. I'm here live. Hi. I'm live. Okay, so students, look. Where were we? Take breaks. Do box breathing. Take breaks. Yeah, take breaks. Wait, hold on. Yes. Where were we? Yes. Give 1 decimal place. Next, I would like to tell you that the percentage sign, what does it mean? Divide by 100. Students, do I have any calculator tips? No. I rarely use any calculator tricks because we always use strategy instead of tricks. Okay, students? All I can say is you need to know the basic function, how to convert your fraction into improper fraction, mixed number, right? All these are basic functions. It's not really a trick. I know that there are some tutors out there, okay, that type in some number pattern and solve the number pattern, but because my approach is a bit different, I don't like to memorize things. So I don't like to memorize what button to press and all these things. So I just really use logic and understanding of concepts to solve the question, and also pattern spotting skill, visualization skill. Rarely do I need any calculator tricks. Yes, but if you know some tricks, of course it's good lah. If it helps you to earn marks in the exam, why not? Right or not? Yes. Cannot put decimal in fractions, yeah. No, this is not the final answer. What I'm trying to tell you is percentage means divide by 100. So I came across a question that asks, what is 0.8% of 200? Then I came across a question that asks, okay, students, can I ask you this? Let me test you, okay? Come, let me write down and test you very fast. This question, wait. Let me go back to that slide. What is 0.5% of 200. Students, can you type your answer in the chat, please? Do you know what is half percent of 200? Yes, I remember, of course, you're in MathTok. You know, so many of you were in MathTok. We had so much fun that night, right? That was a lot of fun, students. PSLE MathTok Live. I just created, like, I think I just posted the compilation video of all the things that we have learned during that night. So there was a 1 minute highlights video. Then I don't know whether you are. Yeah, victory dance, very funny, right? Okay, 6, 7. Okay, so a lot of you give me 100. Congratulations, you are wrong. You are wrong. Okay, looks like I have to do some teaching now. Actually, I didn't intend to teach math, no, but never mind. I think I need to clarify this for you. So, look here. What is the meaning of percentage? Percentage means divide by 100. Yeah? What is half divide by 100? Do you know who is KFC? What is KFC? Students, type in the chat, what is KFC? Come type in the chat, what is KFC? Not McDonald's and KFC, right? Keep flip change, yes! The Kentucky Fried Chicken! Yeah, I know, I also like KFC. You think I don't like? I like to eat KFC, okay? So whenever we do fraction, I get hungry because I will tell my student to KFC. Now, what is half percent? Half percent means half divided by 100. What is KFC? You keep the first fraction. You keep the first fraction. Now, please take note that 100 is also a fraction. The denominator is 1. Even though it is a whole number, there is a denominator 1. So you can flip it upside down, you see? Flip it. Keep, flip, and change. Change the divide into a times. So students, half percent is actually 1 over 200. So now I ask you again. I ask you one more time. What is half percent of 200? So I'm going to erase the half percent here. I already know that half percent is 1 over 200. Yes? So let me write down. This is actually half percent. And in mathematics, what is the meaning of the word of? The word of means multiply. So students, 1 over 200 times 200 equals to 1. Half percent of 200 is equal to 1. Can you see? That's why I say percentage means divide by 100. Okay? So even if they give you decimal 1.6%, then you just take 1.6 divided by 100. You want to continue doing your working like that, it's up to you lah. It's up to you. Depend on the question, right? But I'm just trying to put across this very important point. Divide means percentage means divide by 100. That's it. Okay, students? Since we are talking about fractions, can everybody type in the chat? Whenever you see this line, can you tell me what is the meaning? What is the meaning of this line in a fraction? What does it mean? Yes! Very good. Whenever you see a line in a fraction, it means divide. So students, why not I test you? Now we're having some fun, right? I can see some of you asking, can I give more questions? Yes, can. I can give you more questions. It's fun. Okay, come, let's do it together. I give you a question, see who get it correct. But this time round, we don't have Team Rumi and Team Gino. Okay, so my question to you is, can you tell me what is 1 over 2 over 3? Answer, please. And if you want to type your answer as a fraction, okay, for example, your answer, let's say is half. How do you type half? 1/2. That's how you type in a chat. Okay, students? Do you remember your past student? Wait, let me scroll. Dusun, of course, Dusun. How are you, Dusun? Ayo, are you confident for your exams coming up already? Thai Chris shared a life. Yeah, that's nice. 200 over 51, huh? Wait. Students, can you tell me what is this answer, please? 1 over 2 over 3. Can you tell me what is this answer? I already told you that we already know that the line, what does it mean? It means divide, right? Why are you? Hey, don't think I don't know you're using calculator. You 0.167, you're using calculator, right? Don't use calculator, you don't need it. Okay, I show you. Excuse me. Now, you see, I show you. What is the meaning of this? 1 divide by 2 over 3. Then after that, you just need to KFC. Keep, flip, and change. Then you will get the answer. 3 over 2. So basically, you're just flipping it upside down. That's it. So students, if you see like 1 over A over B, right? Then what's the answer? Just give B over A lor. Flip it upside down, it's so simple. But anyway, you just need to know that percentage means divide by 100. And whenever you see a line in a fraction, it means that it is a division. That's all. Okay? Alright, so these are my maths tips that I want to tell you for tomorrow's exam. The AL1 Mindset. So students, I've already posted the video that you can watch on the way to exam hall. It contains all these habits of AL1 students. These are the things that AL1 students do in the exam. Let's revise one more time. First, slow down. If you rush, that's it. You lose marks unnecessarily. Next, the last sentence is the key. Why? Because when the examiner asks you a question, the last sentence will always contain what they want. Say, how many apples does she have? Or maybe they'll ask, what fraction of the remainder is the number of apples? So you really need to read it carefully. The last sentence is the key. Next, label your steps. Help yourself and also help the examiner, so that both of you know what you're doing, right? Can you imagine all the numbers everywhere? Then you don't know what you're finding. So label your step. It will not hurt you. It will not hurt you. And I already told you, don't rush, slow down, right? So don't tell me, teacher, I no time, I'm rushing. No, don't rush. AL1 student, don't rush. You stay calm. You're cool, like me. Okay? So whenever you're panicking, just think, I want to be cool like Coach Liu. Yes, then you'll be cool like me. So next, do it once, do it well. So a lot of people think that they are just going to rush through everything, and in the last 15 minutes, they come back and check the answer. Do you think that you'll be able to check properly? I don't think so. Because you have, let's say paper 1, 30 questions. Then let's say you got 15 minutes left. Wow, what is 15 minutes divided by 30 questions? Come type in the chat. Please send us PDF. No, this PDF is it? Hey, good idea. No lah, it's in the video already lah. It's in the video. Actually, you don't believe, you go and see the video. It's there already. Yes, 30 seconds, correct. So you see, 15 minutes, you divide by 30 questions, 30 seconds. You think you can check a question properly in 30 seconds? Cannot. So just do it once, do it well. If you don't know how much time to allocate, look at the marks. 1 mark equal to 1 minute. If it is a 3-mark question, approximately you should take 3 minutes. If you want to take a little bit more, it's okay. If the question is more difficult, sometimes the question is 3 marks, but it's a little bit easy, or maybe you're very good at that topic. Then you did it in only 2 minutes. Yeah, you see? Sometimes you save time, sometimes you spend more time. It's okay one. Don't panic. Ultimately, you'll still have leftover time. And if you're stuck, move on. Move on. Let's say you have 3-mark question. You already spent 2 minutes thinking, yet you don't even know what to do, how to start. I suggest when it's almost 3 minutes, just move on. Move on. Okay? Don't leave marks on the table. Next, never leave blanks. If you don't know how to do it, leave your best answer. And don't erase away your working, because your working can contain method marks, even if your answer is wrong. So don't take the risk and erase everything unless you know what to write. Okay, let's say you wrote down the working, you realize the working is wrong, and you want to change it. Okay, fine. But if you wrote down some working and you are stuck, then don't erase your working. Leave it there. The examiner can give you marks. Do you know? Let me tell you a good news, students. Do you know examiner wants to give you marks? They are not there to fail you, Okay? It's just that they need your help. They need your help so that they can give you marks. Because if you don't show your working, even if they want to, they cannot give you the mark. Yeah? So you just need to work together with the examiner. He's not there to penalize you. Alright? They are there to help you. Now, take breaks. Box breathing, students. If you ever feel panic and your mind goes blank, or your hand is very sweaty, you're so nervous, and your heart is pounding, then you just put down your pen first. Take off your spectacle if you are wearing spectacles. Come, let's do it together. We are going to breathe in for 4 seconds, hold our breath for 4 seconds, right? Then we're going to breathe out for 4 seconds, and finally you hold your breath for 4 seconds. That is one cycle of box breathing. Why do they call it box? Because you look at how many number 4 are there. And a square has 4 sides. So we call it box breathing. Ready? Let's do it together. Okay, let's put our hands together, put on the table, sit up straight, close your eyes. Okay, ready? And let's breathe in 1. Let's breathe in 4 seconds. Ready? Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open your eyes. You see, students? Doesn't that help you to refresh your brain? Okay, do this 3 times. This cycle 3 times. And during the exam, you'll feel less nervous. You'll be more clear. Suddenly, you'll be having a new idea. New ideas will come to you. Okay? Especially when you're stuck. Next, this is the rhyming sentence, right? It's a rhyming sentence, right? So don't tell me you're going to forget. I must remember. Simplify before you multiply. Whenever you see fraction, and you're multiplying different fractions together, simplify first, save time. Then you end up with smaller number. You don't need to end up with huge numbers and make mistakes. So simplify before you multiply. Oh, you mean box breathing is wasting time? AL1 student have time. You think about it. You have 60 minutes for paper 1. Paper 1, 60 minutes. Total 45 marks. 1 mark, 1 minute. You have 15 minutes extra. Okay? And paper 2 even better. You have 90 minutes. 55 marks. That means you have 35 extra minutes. So I'm not telling you that you must do box breathing. I'm trying to tell you, for those of you who feel nervous, calm yourself down, do the box breathing quietly on your own. Understand? Okay, of course don't do it every 10 minutes lah. Maybe when you're tired after half an hour, do it 1 time. It will take about less than 1 minute only, right? Next, answer in simplest form no matter what. Whether the question tell you to give simplest form or whether they did not tell you to give simplest form, you are going to tell yourself to give it in simplest form. Box breathing is excellent. Yes, it is, okay? Especially before the exam, when it's before the exam start. The anticipation, the tension. Yes, then I think you should just do some box breathing and chill out. Chill out. Okay, don't panic. Next, the rule of rounding. If they want 1 decimal place, your working should be in 2 decimal place. If they want the answer in 2 decimal places, your working should be 3 decimal place. If you see the calculator showing this, you copy down if you are doing your working, you should copy down 76.66. Don't round it up yet. When you're doing working, don't round up yet. Don't round up yet. You just copy down the 2 decimal place from the calculator. After that, in the final answer, then you can... After that, when it's time to give the final answer, then you round up to 1 decimal place. Understand? 67. Yeah, I can see so many of you typing. Okay, rule of rounding. What's next? Where was I? What is after rule of rounding? Percentage means 100%, and a lot of you already got tricked. When I ask you what is half percent of 200, you tell me 100. Right? So, and also, whenever you see a line in a fraction, that line means divide. And when you see a fraction, when you see a division in a fraction, KFC, keep, flip and change. Okay, so I will just summarize it for you. I'll write it down. Wait, let me delete this first. Number 1, percentage means divide by 100. Number 2, the line in a fraction, this line means divide. Okay, and number 3, KFC. Alright? KFC, keep, flip, change. If ever you see a division in a fraction. Now, next one. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you, students. So, I've already mentioned that I have posted a video containing all these. The video contains all these tips. AL1 Mindset. On your way to the exam, just watch the video. It is a 1-minute video. Reprogram your mind, calm yourself down, and you can boost your confidence. Okay? So students, before I go, can I do the dance? Wow! Okay lah, since it is the night before the exam, let me see where's the dance, if I have it or not. Presenter, wait, let me see if I have it. If I have it, I'll give it to you. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Eh? Oh, sorry. I forgot to... Ayo. Let me find the file. Let me find that file. CapCut. Oh, I moved the file. No wonder. Because I moved the file to another folder. So it's not there. Wait, hold on. Downloads. Okay, and I can go to TikTok. And I'll go to PSLE MathTok. Yes, I think it is over here. Okay, I got it. Ready? Okay, students, thanks for joining me tonight. I would like you to have some rest. Most importantly, watch the video with all these exam tips tomorrow morning so that you remember what is the best practice that you can apply in the exam. Even if you are able to implement half of this, half of the tips that I'm telling you today, right, it will already help you to increase your marks and maximize your marks. Alright, so everybody, all the best for tomorrow. And remember, watch the video before the exam, do your box breathing if you feel nervous, and basically calm down. Appreciate the knowledge that you already have, and tell yourself you're going to give your best tomorrow. Okay? Alright, students, one more time, all the best. Stay calm, read the question properly, and I'll hear the good news from you after your exam. Good night.